Minnesota State Troopers are arguably in more danger now than ever before.
Tonight, we have continuing coverage of the frights these law enforcement officers face on the roadway. We told you in February, 16 State Patrol officers were hit in that month alone in their vehicles.
And now that number has grown to 32 for the year, and we still obviously have 2 more months left of 2019. This is a record number of hit squad cars since 2008, when State Patrol began tracking this statistic.
KIMT News 3's Annalise Johnson is looking into why this dangerous problem is even happening. She joins us live now. Annalise?
Katie, George, I'm here in front of Highway 52 in Rochester. Of the 32 Minnesota State Patrol squad cars that have been hit, 7 of those crashes happened on southeastern Minnesota roads.
I see people on their phones all the time. I can always tell when I see them. They're swerving around on the road, and I go up beside them, and sure enough, they're texting.
Distracted driving and speeding are the 2 main factors leading to 32 Minnesota State Patrol vehicles being hit so far this year. This is one of the vehicles that was hit in February.
It's a big number, and it's kind of frustrating, and it's also dangerous for all officers and troopers and deputies on the roadside.
Take a look at this graph from State Patrol and the Department of Public Safety. The second highest number of hit squad cars was in 2009, when 28 were struck. Minnesota State Patrol Sergeant Troy Christensen says with winter months approaching, people need to be on the lookout for emergency vehicles on the roadside.
So what we want to do is make sure we educate people, especially going into the winter months, that there's going to be emergency vehicles along the road to reduce speed prior to getting to them, because once you start braking and different type of road conditions, that's when people are losing control or not paying attention.
In Minnesota, on a road with 2 or more lanes, you're required by law to keep 1 full lane away from emergency vehicles with flashing lights activated.
And that's the Ted Foss law, or the move over law, and that's just to make sure everybody's safe and to give the trooper or deputy room to work along the roadside safely.
What happens if you violate the move over law, also known as the Ted Foss law? It can earn you a fine of roughly $140. If you hit a squad car, the crash will be investigated. Depending on the circumstances and if anyone is hurt, you could face a variety of citations such as speeding and inattentive driving.
The move over law, also known as the Ted Foss law, is named in honor of State Trooper Ted Foss. He was struck and killed on the shoulder of I-90 in Winona in 2000. A grim reminder of the consequences of disobeying the traffic laws that protect the lives of EMS workers and drivers. Live in Rochester, Annalise Johnson, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Annalise. The move over law includes any kind of emergency vehicles with flashing lights activated: ambulance, fire, law enforcement, maintenance and construction crews, and tow trucks.
Well, it became official today. The Albert